All right, let's get this fuck shit out the way. So in my original video when I was discussing the Obsession movie, because let's just be blunt, that movie really is a nice guys are evil movie. And I can't stand when people try to demonize the nice guy. And I even have videos of women doing that shit and using bear as the projection that they place onto men. Like we're all just a bunch of fucking rapists and shit. I even defended Alex Myers in this video because he actually made a fucking point. Instead of talking about that shit, this fuck nigga right here wants to get on here and make this about me. He wants to discuss the friend zone and why I was in the friend zone, and then he wants to try to make me out to be this weird incel type of guy. Which is annoying as hell because you're doing exactly what it is that I said you was going to do. What it is that I said everybody else was going to do. Forget the fucking argument. Women do this shit though. What you say goes in one ear and out the other ear. It's like arguing with a bitch. Listen to this vaginal ass shit he's about to say. Know this shit, know that these chicks are full of shit.
That's a shame. Let me explain something to you. First off, what you doing in the friend zone? You have no place in the friend zone in the first place. I mean, that's not saying that you're entitled to or that you can demand any more of a relationship with a person. But the first thing about
Nobody is entitled to shit. Nobody's saying that they're entitled to it. Where the fuck did you get that shit from? Oh, the general consensus that nice guys feel entitled to shit when really they're just heartbroken because the bitch led them on, because they do that shit a lot.
being in the friend zone is wanting something else and being trapped in the friend zone. Being in the friend zone is when a girl doesn't even realize or has the ability to claim she doesn't realize that you have feelings for her or that
And that's the full of shit I was talking about, where they completely ignore your feelings and act as if what you're doing, you're just doing it for the sake of fucking doing it. See, what she could have did in this situation, since you want to be a fucking asshole about this shit, is she could have just told him up front the moment he started doing all of those kind gestures that she wasn't interested. You want to put it the onus all on the man to have to tell her how he feels, and later he even justifies the fuck shit because she has a right to do it because he didn't say nothing according to him. But once again, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. She could have been a human being about this shit and said no instead of accepting his advances and taking up his time, energy, and resources and leading him all into believing that he actually had a chance to begin with when he never did. Chicks will do that shit. They will take your advances. They will take your gifts. They will take your time. They will take your attention. They'll text you. They'll even do things to keep you coming back. You know, weird hugs and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? To make you believe that she might actually have some feelings for you when she really does not. Whole time she had another dude, but she ain't gonna tell you about the other dude on the side because she has to keep the facade going because she likes the attention. She likes the shit you do for her. That's the point. And when you're completely green because the friend zone happens to guys who don't know this shit, you're just doing it because you like her. You're in love. You're love struck. You're infatuated. You treat her nice because you want to treat her nice, not because you're just some secret weirdo that's looking for some shit. You're not thinking about sex. You're thinking about a future. You're thinking this might be the one, but you're not thinking about getting in her drawers. She takes advantage of that. She takes advantage of your naivety. when she could have just said, no, I don't want that. Leave me alone. I got a boyfriend. She could have said that shit, but she didn't. This is why the friend zone is a bunch of bullshit. And then he's going to get on here and say that the friend zone is the guy's fault completely, when why was she using him in the first place? That question always pops up, but nobody ever answers that shit. Ever.
You feel a stronger type of way. She can just write it off as, oh no, we're just friends. But even if it's not reciprocated, once you make it known, it then becomes that person has feelings for you. That person wants to be with you.
The actions already make it known.
Okay? Whether or not it's reciprocated, whether or not she gives you what you want, the intentions are laid bare. This means if she starts talking to somebody else and that guy wants to know what's up with the dude that's, that hangs around her, that texts her, that, some guy that I see you talking to, she doesn't just tell him, oh, we're just friends. Although that is true. She's only given him friendship. She then tells him he wanted to be with me at one point in time. He has feelings for me. However, I didn't give it to him. I didn't let him have a relationship with me, and we are just friends.
No, what she does is say that they're just friends. That's it. The guys usually find out later on with how much attention that dude is giving her and how many things he's giving her, how many times he's sending her good morning texts and shit. That's when they find out. It's very rare that a chick is just that blatantly honest about shit like that.
She didn't have any interest in him in that way. But the friend zone is the ability to deny the interest, is the ability to deny the desire. The friend zone is the ability to not have to deal with your attraction or your desire or your feelings toward that person because you never spoke on it.
Yeah, now you're on the fuck shit now. The friend zone is her taking advantage of the fact that you like her. She's using you for everything that she can get out of you, and then when it's all said and done, then she'll cut you off. And she won't do it by saying she doesn't have feelings for you. She's going to do it by showing up to your crib with hickeys on her neck. Personal story. She's going to do shit like that. Or make it known, or make it in a way to where it's easy for you to find out after keeping it hidden from you for so damn long. And keep in mind, my personal story ain't the only fucking story dealing with this shit. You're talking about the friend zone is the ability to deny. She always had that ability. She had that ability when you first showed up and just told her how you felt. She had the ability before you even came into the picture. There was times where I just said hello and she was like, I got a boyfriend. I wasn't even talking like that. I wasn't even trying to hit at her. Just a hello, I was being formal. And she was quick to say she had a boyfriend. So women can do that shit. Why then are you taking advantage of the nice guy? She's extracting resources. But okay.
She and everybody else in the entire damn town can know damn well that you love her. But they ain't gotta address that, and they ain't gotta acknowledge that because you ain't addressed it or acknowledged it.
And that's completely normal behavior, right? My video was about nice guys being demonized, and here he is treating the nice guy like shit. Yeah, let's actively ignore his feelings and keep secrets from this guy. We know this shit is hurting him. We can see that it's hurting him, but we're just going to keep hurting him because he didn't say nothing. And then when you call this shit out, you're just an angry incel.
So they can just pretend it ain't there, because maybe it would be awkward. Maybe it would be awkward because it would be a rejection. However, you've chosen to remain in a friend zone instead of remaining.
So wait, just blatantly saying no is more awkward than taking advantage of somebody and knowing that you're taking advantage of them? Hey, I know she's using this dude, and instead of telling him that she's using him, I'm just going to remain silent because he didn't say nothing. No, bro. When the homie getting fucking game ran on him, I let him know. Or at least we all do in our friend group. I don't know what the fuck you on. Oh, it's awkward. Fuck being awkward. It's called communication. Sometimes you just have to talk about shit that's hard to talk about. It's a fact of life. It's called growing up.
In the rejected. Step out of the friend zone and step into the guys who wanted her but got rejected. Look.
So are you implying I'm still in the friend zone? Even though in my own video I was speaking in the past tense? And this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
Listen, it's okay. What you will retain is the feeling as a man who is honest enough. You know, you're not being honest. You're not being honest with the girl that you're sitting over there fawning over.
She's not being honest either. Cut the bullshit.
Because you know that she don't want to be.
In fact, your dishonesty, if you want to even call it that, only hurts you. Her dishonesty hurts you too. The only person losing here is him. She gets to take your shit and fuck someone else. She gets to take your time and fuck someone else.
With you, so why bother even acknowledge it? I wouldn't want to get rejected. I wouldn't want to get crushed with this, that, and the third. And there is a thing such as taking the hint, you know. But hey,
yeah, if she's dropping hints that she don't like you, that's not a fucking friend zone, bro. I just described it. It's the usury. It's the putting the carrot. It's the dangling the carrot. That's what keeps you coming back. If there's nothing to keep you coming back to, well, if there's nothing for you to come back to, there's no friend zone. There's nothing there. There's no reason to keep pushing. There's no reason to keep trying. There's no reason to keep courting her or attempting to court her. It's that carrot she dangles. The metaphorical carrot.
if you had just addressed how you felt at one point and got it over with, there wouldn't be no hints to drop. And if you're still dropping them after that point, you might just be kind of weird. Come here, great matter.
Oh, okay. So you're calling me weird, but you're over here making gay porn fantasies about me. Okay, bro. And then this shit right here. So this top link that's pinned is actually a link of somebody else's review about the movie. I'll get into that later. This person right here is a they, them. Sounds like you felt called out by the movie. Even though what I was talking about was Alex Myers and women taking this movie and using it as a tool to demonize nice guys. This ain't an incel movie. This ain't a commentary on being an incel. You're fucking dumbass if you think it is. Then this shit right here, dude, you are the problem. This is also a they, them. I checked both their profiles. So if this dude right here making this gay ass scenario of what he wants to do to me, which is fucking disgusting as fuck. And then these two comments right here is what you're trying to use to come after me. And it's a bunch of they, thems. This shows where your mind is at. And it shows where you stand. Just a bunch of faggot ass niggas. Now, I was watching some shit. And I just want to give you a little example of what it is that I was talking about when discussing obsession and women and how they view this fucking movie.
Owed it to him to give my... I mean, the nickname I did get in high school, after all, is Nikki nasty. Just a lot of parallels between Nikki from Obsession and I, okay? The main one being involved with incels. This video is going to contain some spoilers.
Yeah, incels. Do y'all even know what the fuck incel means? It means involuntary celibate. Bear is not an involuntary celibate. I know that's crazy to believe, but he actually had a woman that wanted him, and at any moment he could have got sex from her. An involuntary celibate, nobody wants them. And the anger of nobody wanting them begins to seep through. Because it's involuntary, they're forced into celibacy. Bear's not forced into celibacy. He may be forced to not have Nikki, but he could have had any other woman.
Because everyone and their mom has already seen Obsession. Oh, Clam, I promise I'm not gonna cook you. So, I found myself watching Obsession and cringing so severely at Bear. Not because it is just cringy, absolutely, but because I have seen a man behave that exact same way towards me. And I know I'm not the only woman who had that experience in the theater. He was a nice guy who I should give a chance to. I was his friend and he was in love with me. Dare I say, obsessed. I owed it to him to give myself up on a silver platter. He deserved me as if I was like promised in religious text, okay? Being in a similar situation as Nikki, friends were egging on that I should give him a chance, telling me that no one will treat me as good as he will. I did feel a lot of pressure to give in. But when those feelings were not reciprocated from me, I ended up losing a very long-term friend. Not because we had a fight, we never had a falling out, but simply because I was no longer of any use or service to him anymore. And I had to find out the hard way that our friendship all these years was not actually a friendship. And unless I was becoming his literal freaky Nikki, I was irrelevant. And at the—
You hearing this shit? Are you hearing this shit? Do you hear how bad she spoke about this dude? And how she used Bear to judge him. And what's funny about this story is she tried to make it seem like he was evil for leaving her alone after not getting any reciprocation for his love. She made him out to be this evil dude. Now, like, listen to this. Let's go back.
Or service to him anymore. And I had to find out the hard way that our friendship all these years was not actually a friendship. And unless I was becoming his literal freaky Nikki, I was irrelevant. And at the time, that hurt me so immensely. Knowing that in my life, I've had several friendships with men where I am essentially useless if I am not in love with them. And
it's not that you're useless for not being in love with them. It's the fact that they don't want to sit idly by and just watch you get fucked by other dudes. All right. Men, they're not a bunch of cucks. All right. That's what that shit is. I'm not going to keep chasing a chick knowing that she doesn't like me. And I'm constantly spending time with her knowing that my feelings are just going to swell up even deeper. Just to keep hearing the words no. Why would he stay there? Why? You want him to be the guy that's crushing on you at your wedding? Why, you get married to some other dude? Is that what you want? You want him to stick around? I thought chicks wanted guys to leave them the fuck alone after they said no. Didn't no mean no? And this is what I mean when I say these chicks doing these reviews on Obsession are full of shit. And I got plenty more fucking videos. We are 3 minutes and 22 seconds in. She just demonized this dude. It's damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you stay in the friend zone, you're just a weird dude. You're a weird incel. But if you leave the friend zone, right? He decided to just walk away. And he's still being demonized. And then later in this video, she says that if the wishing willow was real, she'd be screwed. Like women wouldn't be using that shit to do the same thing. Women already put period blood in people's spaghetti to get the guy to like them. That is a real thing. Women already are out here using witchcraft on men. What the fuck are we talking about here? But then I got this fuck nigga right here making videos about me, trying to make me out to be this, whatever the fuck you want to call it. No one gives a damn about the real argument. Y'all only give a fuck about this feminized consensus that everybody has. Nobody actually wants to get to the meat of the real issue here. Bear is the villain, and every nice guy is Bear. Okay, what about you? Are you the chick that leads the guy on? Are you the chick that'll fuck his best friend and keep it a secret from him, knowing damn well he likes you? All you had to do was just tell him, no, you're not interested, but instead, you're going to be friends, and you're going to take up all his time and resources, and you're just going to use him for everything that he's got. And then at the height of his affection for you, because the longer he spends time with you, the more feelings he's going to get. At the height of that, you're going to drop the bomb on him, or I got a boyfriend. You going to do that? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Oh yeah, DragonClap also made another fucking video too. What the fuck is that? It was 18 hours ago. Oh, where's the video? He tagged me in it. Oh, he changed the what's the name? He changed the thumbnail. And it's crazy. You got 1,000 subscribers. You only got 5 likes. My personal video at 135 subscribers. I think I got 137 now. When I was discussing obsession, that video got more likes than his shit. And he has more subscribers than me. Yeah, my parents got divorced too. My uncles got divorced. I got friends who tell me about getting cheated on and shit. What video is this? When was this? I'm trying to remember which video this was. Were we talking about men in the modern day age checking out of the dating market? And I was given various reasons about that. I'm trying to fucking remember. I know I'm bootlegging this shit. I was going to do a whole fucking reaction video with a lot of editing and everything else, but at this point, I do not give a damn. Fuck niggas gonna believe what they want to believe. Yeah, right here, YouTube edits. I've been recording a lot of fucking videos dealing with these chicks and their obsession reviews, because I've been said this shit. You're Bear in her eyes. Period. No matter what you do. And to be real, let me stop. And to be real, I think it was my Real Talk with Gray Matter videos that had the shit. That's my random rants. I'll fucking find it. So I'll find it. But what was I discussing? Yeah, to be, blunt with you, the reason why the nice guy is getting the hatred that he's getting is simply because you're unattractive. That's it. She doesn't find you attractive. If she actually liked you, all the shit that you were doing, all the shit that the nice guy does would have gotten laid. Hell, he would have got laid before doing that shit. She would have fucked on the first night. I'm telling you, it's a difference. It's a difference between the chicks that you feel like you gotta work for and the chicks that let you hit on the first night. There's guys out here who put on a front. They smooth talk, they run game, they do all types of shit to get the chick. And it works because she already made up her mind that she was going to fuck that guy. She's not going to call that guy a manipulator. But the nice guy, because you're unattractive, everything you do makes you evil. Period. But I'm scrolling through this shit. Let's talk about the Epstein shit. The whole leftist shit. Is it my 30th birthday one? Just talking about the January the 6th. Yeah, I know. I'm scrolling through all this shit. It's a lot of empty space. But it is what it is. Oh, I've been talking about the whole nice guy issue. This is an old video about nice guys. Yeah, more about nice guys. Because this ain't nothing new. Like, people been demonizing the nice guy for years. And I've been said it was projection. They do that to feel better about the shit that they put that nice guy through. Because they know it wasn't right. But they only think about that after all the shit with they other dudes that they was fucking with falls apart. Where is this video? Did I forget where I put this? Well, to be blunt, I fucking forgot the damn name of the video. He just pulled something from my back catalog, like just to paint a narrative that doesn't exist. Yeah, you're a creep regardless of what you do. And it's the thing with DragonClap. He fucking takes my videos, fucking blurs out the damn title and shit, has it play completely out of fucking context, and then he starts spouting a bunch of bullshit. And then the drones like it. Because they think he actually spitting some shit. I think it was the video where I was talking about my 30th birthday. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Life as a single man out of 30, after 30. Is this all there is? Question mark. I was reacting to a video. Don't overlook or go over information. It's some leftist bullshit. Or information that was given to them by leftists. Yo, what else? These bitches, they was twerking the gospel music, celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Yeah, I talked about a lot of shit on here. I remember that video. That bitch was twerking the gospel music because Charlie Kirk died. Like, it's the wicked shit we talking about, bro. The damn gaming sphere. Yes.
You know, the big 3-0. Gotta
What do you
get
say?
everything in order.
And keep in mind, what he's talking about is shit that I've been experiencing. You're about to be 30. Time is running out. Time is coming. Like, damn, y'all talking like 30's the end of life or some shit. And I'll get to that. I just turned 32 on the 29th of September. So literally a week ago, I turned 30. And I'm not gonna lie, as a child, if my childhood self saw me now, he'd be pissed. Yeah. Yeah. I don't care how fucking depressing it sounds. It's the fucking truth. Cause I could go all deep into how I got robbed and shit. And I'm not even talking about, you know, victim shit, you know what I mean? Doing the shit that you're doing. Yeah, I was talking about business deals and all that other shit that then went down. Then on top of that, not having fucking support. Put your heart and soul into some shit. Yeah. You have no funding, you have no backing. Idea of doing YouTube. Where's the part that
You know,
clipped? Shit hit the fan. Fuck.
You know, if you don't have it, you're doomed to. First night, out of nowhere, we were walking to a restaurant. Me, my dad, some aunts, uncles, cousins. But my dad pulls me aside, and we're behind everybody, so no one could hear. And he says, "Son, I'm genuinely concerned for you. I think you really need to start considering marriage.
Oh yeah.
Long-term relationship.
This is the video in context, because context matters.
Dating, all that stuff. Just giving me the spiel. Keep in mind, my parents literally got divorced like after 6 or 7 years of marriage. Literally fought all the time.
Yeah, my parents got divorced too. My uncles got divorced. I got friends who tell me about getting cheated on and shit. Fuck these relationships, bro. But hey, I'm just a incel red pill motherfucker, even though I'm not even a virgin. My celibacy is not involuntary. I'm literally avoiding these bitches on purpose. I don't want to get caught up out here, especially not after what happened between me and my ex-fiance. Yeah, she used pregnancy to try to control me. She faked the pregnancy. That's what happened between me and my ex-fiance. And this guy in the video was talking about his parents being divorced. And he's like, I don't want nothing to do with that, because no man wants anything to do with that shit after dealing with a divorce. But this is how DragonClap flipped it. Fuck these relationships, bro.
Oh, I see. So you're just basically young as hell in the mind.
He's got friends who tell divorced too. My uncles got divorced. See, my parents got divorced. He cut out the part where the guy in the video that I was reacting to was talking about his family getting divorced. But listen to this. Too. My uncles got divorced. I got friends who tell me about getting cheated on and shit. Fuck these relationships, bro.
Oh, I see. So you're just basically young as hell in the mind.
No, bro, you just stupid. Did you read any statistics? Do you see what's going on right now in modern day society? How about this, right? Because you just heard me say that I watched my family members get divorced. I know what that shit feels like as a child, and then going back and seeing it as an adult. And you're telling me that I'm supposed to be excited and in a rush to get married? Knowing what I know about statistics and female nature? This is why the red pill exists. Because if it didn't, you would have a bunch of dudes like this guy trying to force guys into some shit that they really ain't got no business getting into. With marriage comes contracts, it comes the potential of divorce. And when that divorce does happen, because statistically, your chances of divorce, it's not even if, it's when. When it happens, you will lose half your shit. Period. You will get fucked by the system. And he's calling me young in the mind for telling, I don't even want to call it a tale, it's just the truth. Men older than me are telling younger men, don't do it. If every married person I know told me, don't do it, don't rush into marriage, don't have kids, what the fuck am I supposed to go off of? I ain't even just talking about family members, random men. I used to work at a gas station, and I had just random dudes telling me their fucking stories. You know how guys, they have their moments. You ask what's going on, you know, why you so upset, yada yada. They'll tell me their fucking stories, bro. One guy was like, you know, I don't even want to go into the whole sexless marriage shit. just know I have my reasons for why I say what I say. And if you pay attention out here, you will understand it yourself.
Nothing that just came out of your mouth has a damn thing to do with you or any individuals that you were dealing with. At least you didn't base the discussion on that. I was paying attention to a little bit of.
Did this motherfucker? Okay, let's go back to my video. What just came out my mouth had nothing to do with me or any of the other people dealing with it, right? Listen to what this guy said.
My parents literally got divorced, like, after 6 or 7 years of marriage. Literally got divorced. Just giving me the spiel. Keep in mind,
This whole video is me relating to this guy because we're both 30 and we're both having the same conversations with our fucking parents. That's what this whole video's about. And DragonClap cuts my shit out of context, doesn't even let the thing play, and this is what he has to say.
Of his content, and basically still is basically young as hell in mind, because nothing that just came out of your mouth has a damn thing to do with you or any individuals that you were dealing with. At least you didn't base the discussion on that.
Oh, hell no, man. You didn't pay attention to the fucking video. You didn't watch the whole damn thing. You're just picking and choosing what you want to respond to, like a fucking bitch. Like the pussy ass nigga that you are. And I really don't respect the shit you're doing right now. What type of guy has all day to just stalk another man's shit and then make videos about it? This dude got like 12 fucking videos on me. And it's getting really annoying, to be frank with you. Who is this nigga? Really? Where's your bitch at? Clearly you don't have one. You got all this fucking time on your hands.
I was paying attention to a little bit of his content, and basically,
Yeah, a little bit. My one video about obsession, to where you made that fuck ass shit. The last video I reacted to, where you was trying to describe the friend zone to me like I don't know what the fuck the friend zone is. And then completely omitted all the shit that women do in the friend zone.
what I found was, even in fiction, he has this deep-seated hatred, this unequivocal butthurt that seamlessly activates anytime he sees a woman choose who she wants to be with. Now, keep in mind, this particular segment, he's going to be talking
y'all
about
hearing
something
this shit?
fictional. But afterward, he'll be talking about something live action, and he'll be giving his philosophy and ideas on real life. Everything seems connected. Everything seems consistent with it.
Because art is a reflection of real life. That's why. Whatever is drawn on that fucking paper came from somebody from the real world. So whatever it is that they're thinking about in that moment is what will be displayed in the fucking story. People create stories to warn other people about shit, or to write lessons, or to just have some fun, you know, and that fun usually reflects some shit that happens in real life.
This pathetic, piss poor ideology, and I want you guys to see it. If who she chooses
I
to
don't
be
care how pathetic you think my ideology is, it's real and it will affect your life. Say what you want about me. What I say is the truth you need to hear. It's the truth that many men need to hear.
with isn't who he wants her to be with, well, then he feels like
Oma is a hoe ass bitch.
Oh, he took this clip out of context too. So I was discussing who cheated first, Boma or Yamcha. Everybody was saying Yamcha was a cheater, but it come to find out Boma's the cheater. If you actually read Dragon Ball and seen all the shit that she was saying and shit that she was doing while simultaneously accusing Yamcha of cheating, even though you find out after reading more of the story that he wasn't and she was just making shit up, only for her to later then have a baby by Vegeta. That's why I call Boma a hoe ass bitch.
Okay? And the only nigga that she was really fucking with was Yamcha. Yamcha.
And this video was when I was reacting to Killer Wishes. He was roasting Vegeta and I was roasting Vegeta, even though Vegeta is actually my favorite character. But
Yamcha was the
okay.
one who wanted to marry her. Yamcha was the one who wanted the kids. Bulma was for the
Yamcha was the one that wanted to marry Bulma. Yamcha was the one that wanted children with Bulma. And what did Bulma do? Yamcha even became depressed about this shit. They actually brought it up in one of the Dragon Ball movies. Why does Yamcha look so depressed while she's holding baby Trunks? It's fucking ridiculous, bro. And then when you bring this up and call it out for what it is, it's just a pathetic ideology. Word. So you don't give a fuck when women cheat, do you? Okay.
fucking streets. She's been saying that she was gonna leave Yamcha for somebody else better back.
And what's funny is he was talking in my last video about it not having anything to do with anything. These two videos you tried to put together have nothing to do with each other. But since we're talking about it, in my last video, I was discussing divorce. All those divorces happened because the woman cheated. Now we're talking about Yamcha and Bulma and how Bulma was fucking around while Yamcha was remaining faithful, only for Yamcha to get the blame at the end of it all, even though he was completely innocent. And you're wondering, well, who was the source? Kid Trunks or Future Trunks, excuse me.
In Dragon
He was the only one he was the only one that was going to actually listen to Bulma and believe her. That is actually a reflection of real life.
Ball when they were still together.
Now this is small, but notice how he takes a shot at Vegeta by saying Bulma only really messed with Yamcha. She didn't take nobody else seriously. Now if that were true, why ain't she still with Yamcha?
Bro, in this fucking scene right here, before when Frieza was coming to Earth, you actually can read what was going on between Yamcha and Bulma. Her getting pregnant by Vegeta and having his baby was completely out of left field. Fans of the series even spoken about this shit. Let me pull this shit up. Okay, because there's another thing that pisses me off about DragonClap is that he doesn't know shit about Dragon Ball. He really doesn't. Yeah, Yamcha's cheating heart question mark Dragon Ball discussion Cell Arc Part 2. So this guy right here actually made a whole series about it. It even discussed Yamcha and Bulma and who really cheated.
With the Cell Arc. So last time on Dragon Ball Dissection, Frieza got cut in half. Again. Trunks did his best to lend Frieza some hands. He tests Goku. Goku is not killed by the artificial human. It would be very surprising if this setup wasn't influenced by the Terminator films in some way. After all, this arc loosely ties into the Red Ribbon Army arc, and Sergeant Metallic's design is so close to Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator there's hardly any room for argument. But these chapters came out right around the time Terminator 2 Judgment Day had hit theaters, so it's not hard to imagine that even if Toriyama hadn't seen the new movie yet by the time he wrote this, he might have had Terminator on the brain. Trunks' design bears some resemblance to John Connor in T2.
Yeah, he actually explains a lot of this.
May 12th is the same date Kyle Reese and himself. The reason he can become a Super Saiyan is because his father is Vegeta. And the reason his name is Trunks, and he's the recipient of time travel technology, is that his mother is Bluma. Now, obviously we've had over 25 years to get used to the idea, but this is a whopper of a twist. Now, some of the benefits to the story of Trunks' parentage are obvious. It is definitely going to give Vegeta a new direction for his character, having to interact with the future version of his son. And given that Vegeta's disposition is already at a resting ground state of pissed, and he was introduced to the guy jealous of his ability to turn Super Saiyan and kill Frieza, that sets up some really good conflict right off the bat. People say that Trunks had to be Vegeta's son so that he could be a Super Saiyan, so that he would have the power to beat Frieza. I agree with that, to a point. Strictly speaking, Trunks is simply a messenger, and so really didn't require great strength for this job. He literally could have been anybody. Goku was supposed to have killed Frieza anyway, and would have if Trunks had not gotten involved. But as I said in the last part, Trunks killing Frieza is a wham moment that gets our attention and effectively demonstrates. Likewise, people say Trunks had to be the son of Bluma so that he could have a time machine. Because apparently you have to be a blood relative now to use Bluma's technology. But like with Vegeta, I accept it narratively to a point, as it ties him closer to those two defining characteristics, Super Saiyan and Time Traveler. Having his defining traits tie into his parents makes sense. But I feel it works a bit less here than with Vegeta. There isn't as much story mileage out of Trunks and Bluma as there is Trunks and Vegeta, and, well, here I am being cynical again, but I think the larger reason why Bluma is Trunks' mother is simply the fact that Bluma is a woman, and like Chi-Chi before her, has an available womb that can be used to give birth to new Saiyan characters. Bluma is literally the only other active female character in the story right now, so it has to be her. Personally, I think it would have been hilarious to introduce Vegeta to Lunch. Someone who beat even Goku to gaining great power by turning her hair blonde? That's comedy that writes itself. But since she has vanished into the ether, that leaves... Now, I'm not superstitious, probably the most popular couple I dare personality to hold, but they're a hard sell. Toriyama does not write romance, to be sure. They're a hard the benefit of hindsight in a quarter century of development. At this time, though, they're a hard sell. Toriyama does not write romance, to be sure. But even in his other couplings, there's setup to it. Chi-Chi had already been established as having a thing for Goku. Bluma's and Yamcha's separate character arcs in the first story dovetail perfectly into each other. Bluma and Vegeta, however, have only been shown to directly interact with each other once prior to this, unless you count the time he threatens to kill her. Then there's the itty-bitty fact that Vegeta has doubtless murdered countless people, including children and the elderly, tried to conquer and or destroy the planet Earth, and is responsible for the grisly death of her boyfriend. I don't care if the guy has a tongue so limber that it can perform cunnilingus in 12 different languages. There's no remotely plausible way these two could ever get together. At least not without making Bluma look like a really terrible person. Well, more so than she has in the past.
Oh yeah, it's more of that whole ass shit I was talking about from Bulma, showing her panties and shit just to get a damn Dragon Ball. She flashed Master Roshi.
So Toriyama writes around it as best he can by adding in two addenda. One is that Bluma and Vegeta don't really couple up at this point. She's simply drawn to his proud, sullen loner qualities.
Yeah, she fell for the bad boy, got fucked, had his kid, and then he dipped out for a year. That also is a reflection of reality.
Results in a child. The other is that prior to that, Bluma breaks up with Yamcha because he cheats on her. I get it. I really do. The story needs us to sympathize with Bluma having a child with Vegeta because that plays a major role in this arc. And the only way to do that, apparently, is to assassinate Yamcha's character.
Destroy his whole character arc.
Seriously. I don't care if you like Yamcha or not, that is what this is. Character assassination. And I say that without the slightest hint of hyperbole. Yamcha has to be the bad guy. Otherwise, her running off with the guy who killed him is going to make her look absolutely despicable. Since her role is more important here, Yamcha becomes expendable. And Toriyama has been subtly setting this up in other ways. Aside from what I mentioned last time about Yamcha, Tenshinhan, and Chaozu forming an anti-Trunks pact for no reason, Yamcha is further demeaned all on his own. He panics more than anyone else about the prospect of fighting Frieza, and later on he laments to himself that he has come back to life only to have to die again. And in the context of a story for him, that would actually be really interesting to explore. It's all too human to fear death, and here particularly it's a unique struggle of having to face it again for someone who actually gets a second chance at life. It's really a side of him we've never seen before. But developing Yamcha is not what this is about. This is about making Yamcha look pathetic and cowardly so that we are already predisposed to feeling unsympathetic towards him when Toriyama unceremoniously shatters all of his hopes and dreams.
Yep.
Now, before you dismiss everything I say as the angry ranting of a Yamcha fanboy who just can't seem to accept that his pet character is a perpetual loser, I freely admit that I have a soft spot for the guy. Honestly, this right here is part of the reason, because I tend to feel sympathetic towards a character when I can so obviously see that character being railroaded by authorial machinations that are just completely unfair. But it's also because I feel the character had real potential, as demonstrated in the first arc, that Toriyama just never seemed interested in capitalizing on again. He was squandered almost from day one. But I'm certainly not without objectivity. After all, there is a reason the whole Yamcha poor dolt thing has been the longest running gag on this show. There are a lot of bad and stupid things that happen to him that make him a prime candidate to be a running gag with the fans. And I'm not going to repeat all of my analysis of his character from previous episodes, but up until this point in the story, I contend that it was just mishandling and apathy on Toriyama's part. That led to things like him becoming a measuring stick in tournaments so often that he lost all credibility to continue holding even that role. And that led to one of the earliest collection of character biographies and background information, the Adventure Special, giving a character as minor as Lanfan a husband, named Trunks, I'm serious, while contributing nothing interesting to a lead character like Yamcha. But this is the first time I see Yamcha being screwed on purpose. And it's in a way that is so antithetical to his character that even if I flat out hated Yamcha before this, I'd still balk at this as being completely out of left field. If you had spent years reading and watching and getting to know these two
Alright, now we get into it. I know it was a long build up, but here it is.
Characters from the Hunt for the Dragon Balls arc until now, and you were suddenly told one of them was cheating on the other, which one would you guess is the cheater? Well, what do we know about these two characters? What we know about Yamcha is that he is a romantic. It's his defining character trait in the first arc, one that creates the comedy. He is a ruthless and powerful bandit, but he is vain and desires love more than anything else. What do we know about Bluma? Bluma is depicted as domineering, flighty, lustful, and yet prone to irrational bouts of jealousy. Those are elements that are all present in the manga. We never see Yamcha pursue another person when he's with Bluma. Ever. And while we never actually see Bluma cheat either, we certainly see behavior to suggest her to be more willing to do so. She's pawing at General Blue, swooning over Goku. She even considers Jackie Chun based solely on his name, and only roots for Yamcha, her boyfriend, upon realizing she doesn't find Jackie attractive. And before anyone accuses me of slut-shaming, there is no problem whatsoever with Bluma having a high libido, just like, in theory, there's nothing wrong with the Muten Roshi having a high libido. It's just what you do with it that determines whether it's good or bad, and Bluma is definitely shown to be more prone to wandering than Yamcha.
You see how she has her arm around this dude? And keep in mind, that was the villain. That guy was a villain. You seeing the pattern? The issue isn't a chick choosing what she wants. The issue is cheating. That's always been the issue. If a chick is in a relationship or claiming to be exclusive with somebody, but she's constantly swooning over some other people, I'm gonna have a problem with that just as much as I have a problem with a dude doing that shit. If you got a loyal chick and you're messing around on her like that, you ain't shit. Let's just be blunt here. But he's trying to flip this shit to make me out into the incel archetype.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here in the same breath expressing how you have a problem with her being with Vegeta and choosing Vegeta. It's one of those reflect off me and stick to you sort of things, that which is busting his duties down, he really wishes he could see happen to you, so he kind of tries to deflect, tries to reflect it on you, doesn't really work.
Okay. He for the streets, and Vegeta didn't even handle that properly. Instead of releasing the fish back to the water, he just released. Now, he got a son he don't want. No kids, Vegeta. Before he, fucked up.
I know he just cut out. He cut out most of the part. I was also bringing up the fact that Vegeta wanted to reawaken the evil in his heart. And you hear his speech, and he was essentially just reminiscing of when he didn't have any kids. You know, no kids, Vegeta. I love how he's cutting my videos up and just chopping this shit up so you don't get any full context. You only get what DragonClap wants you to get. He's formulating bullshit. That's essentially what he's doing. All right. And the whole joke about Vegeta not handling the shit right, where he fucked her, he got her pregnant. He shouldn't have got her pregnant. He should have just sent her back to the streets. Once again, Bulma, look what she's doing. She's in a relationship that's for the streets behavior. But what else does this dude got to say?
Up. Before you fucked up.
Nigga, we're only 2 minutes in.
That was an L. He should have used protection.
Her and securing the bag.
Nah.
That's what he did.
He secured the bag. I mean, he got some money out of it, I guess. But other than that, you the prince of all Saiyans, though. Like, you royalty. Fuck this shit. Look, I wouldn't be fucking with Bulma. Hell, he should have stayed on this masculine. That's what he should have did. He should have never touched her. Hey, Vegeta, fuck off, bitch.
And now he's taking my jokes when I love to exaggerate shit, and he's taking that shit super serious. That's even funnier. All right. And yeah, Vegeta should have left Bulma's ass alone. I'm not even gonna lie. I still stand by that shit, even if I was cracking the joke. If knowing her history, if I was in the Dragon Ball universe and Bulma was going after me after the shit she did to Yamcha, hell no. It's just that simple.
Fuck off. Go treat your man right.
One thing that stuck out to me was him saying he should have stuck on his masculine. Sleeping with women is masculine. Maybe you ain't figured that out yet. Speaking of which...
But, hey.
He said sleeping with women is masculine. Not if you can't control yourself. It's one thing to sleep with women, it's another thing to not protect your seed and get the bitch pregnant. That's another thing. But whatever. You know everything, right?
I'm just a incel red pill motherfucker, even though I'm not even a virgin. My celibacy is not involuntary. I'm literally avoiding these bitches. On purpose.
So you mean after all this hating on women that you've been doing, you finally tell us the truth? You don't f***. You don't be f***.
Wow, and he's saying that this is a bunch of hating on women. See what I said at the beginning of my fucking video? Where he's trying to paint me out to be an incel just because he's mad at what I had to say about the Obsession movie being used as a tool to demonize nice guys. Is it coming together now? He's doing exactly what I said he was going to do. And when I said that shit, hell, fuck it. We got the video. It's right here. In context.
Across the country. I hadn't seen him in a while. And we're on vacation with cousins. Well, my dad got divorced, like, after 6 or 7 years of marriage. Literally fought all the time.
Yeah, my parents got divorced too. My uncles got divorced. I got friends who tell me about getting cheated on and shit. Fuck these relationships, bro. But hey, I'm just a incel red pill motherfucker, even though I'm not even a virgin. Yeah, that's called sarcasm. I'm just an incel red pill motherfucker. Why the fuck would I unironically call myself an incel? Why? And I'm also not a virgin. And I already explained why I'm not a virgin. And why I'm celibate. After my ex tried to use pregnancy against me, and she lied about it because she didn't want me to leave, I was done after that. I didn't want to give anyone else that fucking power. You're trying to leave a toxic ass relationship, and she's going to say that she's pregnant to try to keep you there. Then send a fake ultra, like, and this is the shit I'm talking about, bro. I've been through a bunch of shit. People think that I'm just making shit up. Like, oh no, he just hates women. No. I'm telling you shit so you don't have to go through the shit.
My celibacy is not involuntary. I'm literally avoiding these bitches. On purpose.
Damn.
My celibacy is not involuntary. I'm literally avoiding these bitches. On purpose.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
And here we go with this bullshit again. No, you're not. You're not avoiding them on purpose. You really are an incel. Like, listen.
Trying as hard as you can to get bitches, and they're not around for you. You know.
No, I'm just not talking to anybody. I'm not making passes. I'm not asking for numbers. I'm not flirting. I keep to myself. When I'm in public, the most they will get is a hello. I might help them out with something. That's as far as it's going to go. I'm not asking them to come home with me. I'm not buying no one any gifts.
You know, these women would trade gray matter for a Buzz Lightyear doll and a pack of cigarettes, and he'd know that. He's so damn afraid that somebody gonna trade him for a handful of bouillon cubes that's wax melts.
Tell that shit to my ex. Tell that shit to my ex.
He don't even want to get close to nobody no more, but he out here speaking on other people's perception of relationships and what can't be.
Bro, get you a bitch. That's what you should do. Get you a bitch and start worrying about what other dudes is talking about. Because clearly you ain't man enough for these fucking conversations. Grown men know what the fuck I'm talking about. They been knowing what I talked about. I've had these conversations with other grown ass men. But it is what it is. You're doing what women do. Oh man, he's saying some shit that goes completely against what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take shit out of context, formulate some shit, come up with a narrative, post a narrative, and then make fun of you based on a narrative that doesn't even fucking exist. That's what this shit is. That's what it is. You got 0 comments, bro. Do something better with your life. Bro did this shit for fucking 12 minutes. What else is he talking about?
For your ribs and try to show her how you ain't eating, how you ain't active. She over there letting somebody else slap the Angus on a big Buford on her leg. I haven't been eating.
You know that these chicks are full of shit.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of
I just showed you how they were full of shit with that one review I played earlier.
someone was using these dudes. And when men point out the things that Bear was going through before he even made the wish to begin with, all of a sudden that guy is condoning for some fucking reason. Nobody said Bear was a good dude, but there are plenty of men who can relate to the shit he was dealing with in the beginning of the fucking film. You know, you like a chick, you want to talk to the chick. You really didn't stand a fucking chance.
It's to be mad about it. That's weird to me. It's to be mad about it. That
No, I'm pissed off because they're using the movie to demonize all men. This is starting to piss me off, bro. Like, it really is. It's really starting to piss me off. You're doing what the fuck niggas in my comment section do. You ain't even listened to the damn video. You ain't even watched this shit. You just made shit up. It's easy to do that when you're taking clips completely out of context. Did you play the rest of the video when we were talking about Alex Myers and how they were dogpiling him? Did you play the rest of that shit? Did the dumbasses that liked the video even see the damn movie? The movie and my reaction to the movie? Did they see any of that shit? No. No, you didn't. And you're just going to play more of my own clips. And then you're going to keep formulating more bullshit.
You could be a perfect guy who hasn't made any mistakes dealing with her, and you are still not entitled to having a relationship with her.
Oh my gosh, here we go again with this "you're not entitled" shit. But she's entitled to your shit, though. I've already discussed this previously in my old videos. You're not entitled to shit. She don't owe you nut for nothing. But the moment you leave, she's fucking mad about it. I just showed you this shit in full effect. Listen to this.
Friendship irrelevant. Was not actually a friendship. And unless I was becoming his literal freaky Nikki, I was irrelevant. And at the time, that hurt me so immensely. No.
Oh, she's hurt because he left. Because she didn't want to be with him in a relationship. He didn't want to be platonic friends. I'm sure he made that shit clear. And after not being reciprocated, he fucking left. He did the right thing. And she's on here complaining about the shit. Which goes back into what I was saying about these chicks being full of shit. And once again, I have more videos on this shit. And I was going to do a part 2 to my previous video. Then DragonClap dropped this fuck shit and made a whole incel story out of me using botched clips and his own headcanon, which he does a lot of. This is why nobody likes this shit. This is why no one likes his shit. This is why you don't have comments. This is why you only got 5 likes despite having 1,000 some subscribers. You on my ass about my celibacy that I decided to do. Okay? I'm not actively chasing anybody. After my last relationship with my ex-fiance, I wanted to focus on myself. I wanted to get my own life in order. And instead of hearing that shit out, you wanted to make this shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Why don't you eat a dick? That's what you can do. Eat a dick, drink bleach, whatever it is you want to do. Go ahead and do it. Because my quote unquote incel video still has more likes than your shit. That must mean something. I don't know. Maybe everyone else in the comment section is a fucking incel too, right? Because you're going to say that shit. Other fucking women and their fucking obsession. They hated the movie because it reminded them of that one guy that liked them. And he's the villain. And you find out, well, what did he do? He did absolutely nothing to project. He did nothing. He also didn't show these comments right here from people that actually have fucking sense. So, for example, I don't even know who this guy is. He said, with all due respect, my friend, I disagree. In my opinion, this movie chooses to be ambiguous so many times that it doesn't seem to know what it really wants to be. That's why it's so polarizing. Because, once again, in his comments, he said the movie started another stupid gender war. The gender war has been going on since the fucking 60s, bro. I'm just going to be honest. There's nothing new about any of this shit. Nothing new. He says, I don't understand why Corey Baker chose such a vulnerable and relatable male archetype to become the villain. And that's the fucking problem. Right there. The relatable male archetype becomes the fucking villain. And then a bunch of bitches come out the woodworks and they use this shit to try to justify their hatred of the guy that they left in the friend zone. He's unattractive, so he must be the villain. He must be Bear. Which was the point of what it was I was talking about. But instead, you get the dumbasses, the low IQ NPC ass niggas that want to make hit pieces on me, calling me a fucking incel and shit, making up these dumbass videos when none of that shit is true. You took what I said and was like, nah, there's no way you're celibate by choice. Word? How about I fuck your mother? How about that? Y'all kill me with this shit. So what am I supposed to do? Go outside, fuck another chick and get fucked over again? Get a chick pregnant? Deal with the bullshit I dealt with in my last relationship? I made up my mind. No cohabitation. Okay? None of that shit. I'm not getting married. I don't want to get married. I'm not trying to have kids. I'm focused on me now. Me alone. That's it. Call it selfish. I don't give a fuck. The one thing that these dudes don't ever talk about, unless they're in the manosphere or the red pill sphere, they don't ever talk about the amount of disrespect and the amount of problems that come with actually having a chick. They don't talk about the responsibility behind it. They don't talk about how much money it costs. They don't discuss any of that. They don't talk about how a lot of your time is going to be spent on her and not yourself. And if you do manage to find some time for yourself, she's going to be upset about that shit. I remember getting into arguments where I wasn't spending enough time with her. She said that I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't thinking. And what was baffling to me was in this situation, I didn't do anything wrong. I know. You wasn't listening to shit she was saying. Because of course not. Because all I ever did was go to work and go the fuck home. That's all I ever did. But even then, that wasn't enough. Or the fact that when I was trying to get more money so that I could move us out of the environment that we were in, because the neighborhood was not a good neighborhood. Okay? I needed more money. I was going to go get a CDL. And her reasoning for not wanting me to get a CDL, I kid you not, was she was worried I was about to go out and try to fuck some other bitches. She still had trauma from past relationships and was essentially pushing that on to me. I don't know how many times I had to let her know I'm not your old boyfriend. Eventually it became too much. I had to go. That's why I'm celibate now. I don't want to go through that shit again. I don't want a toxic relationship. I don't want an abusive relationship. I'm tired of arguing with bitches. I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted. I bring up a time in my life in the past, the distant past, when I was in the friend zone, and you're going to take that shit and you're going to try to jump cut all the worst parts of my life and all the worst things that I've said out of context and use that to formulate this idea that I'm some fucking incel or some shit. When I've had women in the past. Which is why I know so much. I had female friends and I had women I dated. I seen the bullshit. I seen how they operate. I seen the selfishness. I seen the hypocrisy. And then I get on here and I talk about it. And this goes into the bigger issue that's going on in America today. Anything that's, discussing man issues or man problems, instead of actually listening to it and trying to correct the behavior, it gets attacked, it gets demonized, and they just blatantly want to get it removed from the internet. They don't even want to fucking talk about masculine issues. They don't want to talk about men issues. Real men issues. Not that bullshit DragonClap was talking about. Oh, well, fucking women is masculine. And knowing when to not do it is also masculine. If anything, the man that knows when to say no is stronger than the man that can't control himself. There's too many men out here getting caught up in bullshit just because they're out fucking. I almost got caught up my damn self. You gotta have fucking discipline. Which is the point I was making when I was joking about Vegeta. Don't get these chicks pregnant, especially if they have a history of cheating on their partners. But DragonClap ain't gonna talk about that shit. He ain't gonna discuss none of that shit. He ain't gonna tell you about the dangers of cohabitation. He ain't gonna talk about that. He ain't gonna talk about what it means to actually have to, be the main provider. He ain't gonna talk about that shit. He ain't gonna talk about how providers get used either. He loves to make fun of men when they were in their adolescence and they were trying to get with a chick and she was just playing and running circles around this dude, playing games, using him for what he got, while simultaneously getting fucked by somebody else and keeping his shit secret just so that she can keep the dream alive so that he'd keep coming back. Only for her and that dude to not work out. But this is years down the road, and now she hitting the guy that she had in the friend zone up with the "Hey big head" text. He ain't gonna talk about that shit either. What he's gonna do is he's gonna jump in my comment section or make a new fucking video calling me a damn incel. That's what he's gonna do. I don't respect niggas like that. Never did. That's that male feminist shit. That's that weak nigga shit. He ain't focused on himself. He ain't bettering himself. My shit got more traction than his shit, but he got more subscribers. His video about me has less comments and views than the actual video he's commentating on, and I have way less than what he got in the subscriber pool. Because I'm actually trying to talk about real fucking issues. This bitch ass nigga's making drama online and hit pieces. But I'm done. I'm through. That's enough about me. You don't need to know no more about my fucking personal life unless I give it to you. I don't even like talking about this shit. Not my pet, not like that, no. I give you enough for you to get the message. That's it. So that you can actually have something better in your fucking life. If you don't know how to maneuver out here, especially when dealing with women as a man, you will get fucked over. It is not about love. It's about usury. That's what they care about. What can they get from you? It's all transactional. Hell, at this point, the chick that loves you for you is a fucking joke now. It's a damn dream. In real life, I ain't even talking about fucking Dragon Ball and what happened to Yamcha. Real life. Dudes is married to women that don't even fucking like them. He got the girl and she don't even respect him. Some of these dudes out here in sexless marriages. But talking about that makes you an incel. Crazy, right? It's ridiculous.
Hello, I'm Zim. This is my channel where I talk about things because I can, and today I want to talk about what I thought of the movie Obsession. This video is going to be a bit different to my previous videos where I won't be looking at the internet's opinions on the film, but rather I'm going to discuss how it made me feel, details I noticed, how I interpreted them, and so on. It's probably also going to be a bit less structured because this is more or less a collection of notes and disorganized thoughts I had while watching. If any of my videos movie, Fork Found in Kitchen. I actually rarely watch movies like this because I don't like bleak media, but I enjoy discussing movies that present their concepts and messages in interesting ways, which Obsession definitely does. It's also darkly comedic in some scenes, which I'm surprised it managed to pull off just given the plot. Obsession is a mean film. It's cruel and calculated and oh so well written.
Yeah, this is when Bear was rejecting Nikki's advances. Because he was still questioning if she was sober or not. But this woman here is also going to make him out to be the villain and shit. Even as early as the damn wish that he made, even though the wish that he made is a common wish that everybody has made at one point in their fucking life, men and women.
Details which felt less like it's hammering a nail into you, but instead like it's scattering nails all over the floor and waiting for you to step on them. It's just full of moments that you don't think of that much when you're actually watching it, but in hindsight they fill you with a lot of dread. Now time for the disclaimer. This video is my opinions and my interpretations of the movie. It is perfectly okay to disagree or feel differently about it. Art will
that's
always
fine.
be interpreted in—
I'm glad she gave a disclaimer because another chick that I have in the fucking playlist that I made essentially called this movie a litmus test for incels. You know, just to show who's the incel rapist and who isn't. So essentially, you either not this lady here, but the other woman that I didn't even show yet, where she was essentially saying that if you agree with her, then you're cool. If you don't, then you're an incel. That's pretty much it.
in different ways.
I'll probably do a proper part 2. Yeah, I should do that shit. I shouldn't combine this shit with the fucking DragonClap video. I really wasted my fucking time and only gotten pissed off after this because this troll likes seeing me angry or some shit. It is what it is. I'll post this anyway. Fuck it. Peace.